What's up, guys? It's your boy, Barca Boy 103. Just finished watching the match, and Barcelona beat Newcastle in the first game of their UEFA Champions League group phase away at St. James's Park by 2-1. A match where I said I'd be shocked if we win. After our poor start to the season, we've had a fantastic last two games against Newcastle and Valencia. A very strong performance from Barcelona. A Rashford brace as well, and it gives Barcelona 3 absolutely crucial points. The starting lineup for this match is on the screen for you right now. It was Joan Garcia in goal, a back four of Jules Kounde, Pau Cubarsí, Ronald Araujo, and Gerard Martin. A midfield three of Pedri, De Jong, and Fermin Lopez. Front three of Raphinha, Lewandowski, and Marcus Rashford. Heading to this game, of course, there were some question marks. Firstly, Araujo getting the nod ahead of Eric Garcia, who played well in the last game against Valencia. Fermin keeping his spot in the 10 after his brace against Valencia as well. And Rashford continuing to start after some people were saying, including me, that he should be dropped for this game. Those are the 3 talking points heading into this match, and those were Flick's selections. The first goal scored in this match was scored by Marcus Rashford in the early parts of the second half. It was Barcelona working the ball down the right hand side after a calm attack transition into the final third of Newcastle. Kounde picks up the ball on the right hand side, goes for a cutback cross. Everyone thought he was going to in-swing it. He went a bit further back, found Rashford, free header for Rashford, connected well with it, put it on target, and buried it, and gave Barcelona the lead at St. James's Park. The second goal scored in this match for Barcelona was scored again by Marcus Rashford to complete his brace, and it's an absolute bombazo from distance. Pure individual brilliance. Barcelona had a bit of a counter, got slowed down after Rashford's pass was intercepted by Dan Burn, but he picks it back up, runs to the byline down the right hand side, leathers it across goal, bar down in the top corner. That is sensational. That is individual brilliance, and this is what we know Rashford can do. He has that shot on him where if he gets it on target, nobody blocks it. 7-8 times out of 10, it most likely goes in. Fantastic effort from him, giving Barcelona the 2-0 lead, giving us some comfortability as well, and in the end, leading us to 3 points. So overall, the team performance rating on the night, I'm going to be giving it, I think, a very solid 9 out of 10. You're probably thinking, Barca Boy won this game narrowly. It was tight. There was a champagne football. Why are you giving us the team a 9 out of 10? I thought, again, I came into this match thinking if we win, it wouldn't be a miracle, but it would be a sensational result. I said yesterday in the match preview, I don't think we'll win. I think we can definitely get a draw. With a good chance we lose as well. I think those 2 results were ahead of a win, and we've gone out there to win. Did I doubt this team? No. I'm just saying based on our start to the season, how good Newcastle were, me thinking Voltermain was going to start as well away at St. James's Park. This is the second, maybe even the toughest game of our group stage in the Champions League, and we've gone and collected 3 points. I want to highlight firstly the performance in the first half. Yes, the start was slow. They had a huge, Newcastle went for huge pressure, intensity. The crowd was helping them. But once we rode that storm in that first 10-15 minutes, we gained control in this game. After Gordon missed that chance, that was probably their chance to take the lead and put us in a suffocant situation. After that, though, we controlled the game very well in that first half. Had a few chances. Rashford wasn't looking too good. Raphinha on the right hand side was putting in some good crosses. Lewandowski was connecting but wasn't getting really anything on target. We were controlling the tempo well, especially like 25th minute to 35th minute. I thought we were in cruise control, controlling the tempo, having some good possession as well. The last minute or so, we're kind of a bit all over the place as we're trying to get to halftime. Second half comes in. We look fantastic. They started the second half by just giving us a ball and trying to suffocate us in pressure, which I felt was a bit weird, but we did very well with it. We worked the first goal very well. Second goal comes from individual brilliance, and after that, we controlled the game so well. We could have been a bit more clinical, I feel like, in behind as well. Definitely could have gotten a third goal in this game. In defense, we defended very well. Joan Garcia, again, absolutely sensational. He's probably top 3 or maybe even the best goalkeeper in the world at the moment. But I really want to highlight the performance mainly in the midfield. We knew that this game was going to be heavily reliant on midfield battle. The Fermin, Pedri, and De Jong combo beat the Bruno Guimaraes, Tonali, and Joe Linton combo, and that's where we won it. I think our double pivot was absolutely sensational in this game. I thought we defended rock solidly well as well, and I think the only main criticism I would say is going forward, we could have maybe been a bit more clinical. But still, scoring 2 goals here is difficult. We saw PG come here 2 years ago, get thumped 4-1. Big teams tend to, suffocate here quite a bit due to the atmosphere and how good of a team Newcastle are as well. I think Eddie Howell not starting Nick Voltman was not a big mistake, but a questionable decision. I think off the bench he still had a decent impact, but I think if he started the game, they could have maybe gotten a better result. But he went with the interesting tactic, went for high press, high pressure, went with the pace front line, trying to beat Barcelona's high line. In the end, they had maybe the one chance. I think the best chance was the Anthony Gordon chance in the 3rd minute, 4th minute. But we had some, of course, a little bit of rotation in this game with Araujo coming back in for minutes while keeping his spot. Gerard Martin. I really don't think anyone put in a very, very poor performance. I think that highlights the resilience. Flick said before the game how on the scale of 1 to 10 how motivated is his team tonight to play this game. He said 11, and I said cap. They went out there and they absolutely shut me up. I think this performance puts me in my place for sure. Not going to go all the hills and say we're going to win the Champions League and all that, but I think this is a very, very strong performance, and most importantly, a very, very strong result as well. And with that being said, that is why I've given the team rating tonight a very high 9 out of 10. Let's now get into the players' individual player ratings. First off, of course, with the goalkeeper, the best goalkeeper in the world, and Joan Garcia, 8 out of 10. This man can have my children. I mean, oh my god, that save. I forgot to even mention the team review. The 2 best chances they probably had was the Anthony Gordon one where he missed it. Then the Harvey Barnes one, which Joan Garcia come in big. We would have not have won this game without him. I'm just sitting there smoking a cigar every time they're on the attack, and like, Joan Garcia's got this. I mean, his composure, his box dominance, his aerial presence as well is simply remarkable. We went from, a 4 out of 10 goalkeeper last season to now a 9 out of 10. The jump is crazy. Like, I'm sitting here shell-shocked thinking, our goalkeepers for Barcelona this good? Like, it is absolutely unbelievable. This man has absolutely changed my life. On the ball as well. Remarkable. Iconic coming in, he might be a bit poor, but just because Espanyol were just ass last season. But his ability on the ball is remarkable. His long throws are sensational. He's better than all of our keepers put together in this team. Like, it is crazy. The only reason why he's not hired is, unfortunately, he didn't get the clean sheet. I know it's not his fault whatsoever, but that, of course, has to have a little bit entail into his rating. But a fantastic and strong 8 out of 10 for me for Joan Garcia. In the center partnership now in front of him, firstly, on the right-hand side, it was Ronald Araujo, the captain on the night. Again, him a 7 out of 10. Thought he was quite solid. I don't think he was, piss poor. People coming in saying the Bozo is starting. I'll see how he does. I don't really think he put a foot wrong. I think the only thing he did wrong was go for a long ball that was intercepted that ended up leading to the Anthony Gordon chance where he missed it. That would have been all on Araujo, in my opinion, if they ended up scoring that. They didn't. I think that's the only way. That's the only place where he went wrong. I think he kept it, simple at the back in terms of his passing. His aerial press was fantastic. Had the Mark Dan burn the whole entire game on free kick and set pieces. I don't really think he did anything wrong. I thought he put in a very, very good shift, especially not playing the past few games. So credit to Araujo where it's due. Hopefully there's no serious injury for him or a knock after the game as well. Solid 7 out of 10 for him. And the same goes for center back partner on the left-hand side in Pau Kubarsi. Having a very similar thing. He won a lot of aerial headers. I felt like he was competing quite well in the air when it was, facing Bruno Guimaraes or Joe Linton or Tonali, mainly those midfield ones coming in from the goal kicks. I thought he dealt with those very well. I think in the first 10 minutes he did look a bit, shaky a little bit, but I think the whole team did. But credit to Kubarsi as well. Big moment, big away game. I thought he performed very, very well. I wouldn't say there's a key moment in the game, either for him or for Araujo, but I think they both did their job in defending very well. He went off a bit early as well. Kubarsi, hopefully nothing serious with him. We saw there was an ice pack on his knee, and they came off about the hour mark, so kept a clean sheet. I know we conceded with Araujo on the pitch, I guess, but I thought Kubarsi very, very solid tonight as well. Into the fullbacks first on the left-hand side, it was Gerard Martin. I've given him 6 out of 10. Now, I think Gerard Martin did okay in this game. Of course, I think the first half was quite poor. Also got the yellow card as well. In the second half, he pulled on his own. I think, keeping Anthony Alenga quiet on the left-hand side where he's getting quite done for pace here and there. I gotta give credit where it's due. He kept all the wingers quite quiet. When he was subbed off, of course, Eric Garcia went to left back, and that's where we conceded from. So, the only reason why I have him as a 6 and not 7 is because of the poor first half and the yellow card. Then the first half, he wasn't that great. Every time he got the ball, he just gave it back to Kubarsi, and defending as well. He got done for pace a lot and needed other players to bail him out in those moments for those attacking actions down the right-hand side. But second half, credit where it's due, probably like a 7.58. I thought he was really, really good in that second half. He gets a 6 out of 10 from me. Other fullback on the right-hand side, it is your boy, Jules Kounde. He might be back, boys. 8 out of 10 for me. The defensive performance was remarkable. To be fair, just like everyone else, a lot of players, first half, bit shaky from him. His passes were very loose. Decision making wasn't that great. Gave the ball away a little bit. But solely and surely, defensively, 10 out of 10. Harvey Barnes, Anthony Gordon, whoever you got, he had them on lockdown. They all had poor performances up front because of his display. The second half looked much more complete, especially on the ball. Some of his passes were a bit short in that second half, where if he had a bit more power to it, a bit more position, could have gotten a strong counterattack. But Kounde, remarkable. Defensively, absolutely sensational, and we know that Jules Kounde has this in his locker, and he showed it today. 8 out of 10 for me. Remarkable defensively. Into the midfield now. Firstly, in the pivot, Frenkie de Jong, 8 out of 10 for me. I thought he was sensational as well. I mean, this guy's composure, his reading of the game, his twists, his turns, had some strong interceptions. Yes, got that yellow card later on, but I don't think that really, it was more so of a tactical foul, which of course we will take. Even though Jordan Martin was a tactical foul, but I don't think the yellow card had too much of an impact on Frankie's performance. There's a reason why he was rested against Valencia. There's a reason why he had to start this game, and you can see it in this display. The calm and composure from him was remarkable. I think he led that midfield so well, and he's just one of the best midfielders in the world. I mean, you're watching him thinking that Ajax team back in 2019, there's only one world-class player that came out of it, and it's him, and we have him in our team. Get that renewal sorted, man. I mean, I don't want to lose him. He is absolutely unbelievable. He does everything so well at such a balanced rate when it comes to, you know, progressing forward, passes forward, defensive actions, interceptions. Although he's not the perfect one, I still think Casado in that sense, you know, is a better pivot. But he's still against the top teams where you don't really need too much defensively from a pivot in certain moments, in certain areas, especially when you're on the ball and dominating a lot. He's just absolutely remarkable. 8 out of 10 for me for Frankie. Sensational display from him. His double pivot compatriot on the other side was Pedri Porter. 8 out of 10 for him as well. I mean, the passes he was doing in this game were remarkable, and just sucks that a lot of the passes weren't connected per se from other players. I thought he was absolutely crazy good. The fact that he played 90 minutes as well is also a stat in its own that should be taken into consideration. He ran that midfield. Yes, Frankie did a lot of the dirty work, you know, laid it off to Pedri a lot, but he was the magic man. He was the one making the runs forward, trying to make things happen. His switch of play passes were 10 out of 10 crazy. Decision making, I think, was the key point here for Pedri. He made every single decision correctly today, and a lot of times he was getting the ball in tight areas from, you know, passes from Raphinha and Kounde down that right hand side. Just dealt with them so well. Bob, fake, twist, and turn, gets out of space. Of course, Newcastle's main game plan: keep the intensity high, keep the pressure going, absolutely suffocate them, and he was the anti-press player. Remarkable from Pedri today. 8 out of 10 from me. Into the forwards now. Firstly, we have on the left-hand side, fucking Marcus Rashford, man. I've given him 8 out of 10, and of course, man, the match since he scored the goals to win us the game. I think in that first half he was poor. I would have hooked him at halftime. That is how bad his first half was. I have not seen as poor of a first half from a player since Gerard Martin last season against Osasuna away when we lost 4-2 in October. It was that bad. He had 3 completed passes, and that's it. He was going down the byline, bobbing and weaving, slipping and falling, having some space, and then shooting it nowhere near target. Put in one okay cross for Raphinha, which Raphinha just couldn't get onto. But he was so bad in that first half. Second half, gets a nice header, scores a golazo, and now everyone's, you know, raving about him. I still think there's a long way to go for him in terms of, you know, his stature at Barcelona. But this is why we signed it. This is why we signed him, because we know in the big moments he can make the impact. We know that he has that shot technique on him where if he gets it on target, things can happen. Even that shot that he had on Fabian Schär, which hit his face, was probably going in and probably going on target as well. That's one thing about Barcelona in this game. In the first half, specifically, a lot of our shots were blocked. Lua, I think for Min as well. We just get those on target. You never know what can happen, but Rashford showed me up in that second half. I will say that I was, you know, going in on him on the stream, even on Twitter a little bit as well. I just thought he was absolutely woeful. But second half, he was remarkable, and there's no taking away from it. I wouldn't say remarkable, like dazzling, but super effective. I think the header was very difficult, but it was a free header. He got onto it, made strong connection with it, directed it very well. The golazo bar down was remarkable as well. So Flick's decision came out right in the end, and I have no worries of holding the L on that 8 out of 10 for Rashford and my man of the match. Other winger on the right hand side, it was Raphinha, average 6 out of 10. I think Raphinha did a lot of the dirty work in this game. Making runs in behind, taking the ball. I think he should have scored, especially that last chance he had that went just wide of Nick Pope. I think he had a good enough amount of chances today to score a goal. I think his defensive work rate was remarkable as well. But for not being, I don't want to say you have to get a GA, but the first half was a bit getting to the atmosphere was getting to him a little bit. It was a bit sloppy here and there, but I think second half definitely pulled himself into it. So I think overall solid from him, an average 6 out of 10. I did forget, of course, in the midfield, Fermin Lopez, the final midfielder in the 10. He also gets a 6 out of 10. Basically just a cardio man in this game. He pressed and ran very well, kept the press going, kept the intensity high, so respect to him. Didn't really get on the ball in that first half. Again, like I mentioned, that one shot that was blocked. Second half, I don't remember him getting on the ball too much. I think a lot of the time he was doing a lot of off the ball work, keeping the pressure and the intensity going. Tracked back very well as well, so cardio session for him, you could say. So I think we can definitely give him the credit for that. So we will give him an average 6 out of 10. And last but not least, up front, of course, our L9 Robert Lewandowski gets a 7 out of 10 for me. I thought he looked really, really good. The hold-up play in that first half was fantastic, making good runs in behind. I think he should have maybe had a penalty as well. He won that header, and then Nick Pope took him out. To be fair to him, I wouldn't say it was a graveyard shift, but no chances really fell his way in this game. But I think his off-the-ball work, his on-the-ball work as well, making runs and beyond, making it difficult for the center-back partnership of Dan Burn and Shearer, because they had to watch him while watching the wingers as well. I think he put in a really, really good shift today. Lua, especially not having that many minutes as of late, 7 out of 10 from me. Now for substitutions, of course, the subs were Andreas Christensen, Ferran Torres, Dani Olmo, Eric Garcia, and Marc Casado. Shout out for Casado for that tactical yellow card. Eric Garcia looked, a bit ropey. Seeing him at left back was a bit interesting. Olmo had that chance that was saved by Nick Pope. I think Ferran Torres could have had a penalty. Christensen looked okay as well. None of the subs really had serious impact, but the rotation, the depth, and the fitness levels that they brought in were much needed in this game. I think the main one for me was probably Casado coming in. I think that was a really great sub by Flick in that last 7 minutes. I think Christian looked really solid as well. Both center backs did look like they had been knocked, so hopefully he can come in and make the way for them. Ferran kind of looked a bit meaty. Olmo looked lively. Hopefully he can get some more minutes under his belt as well. But all subs came in, had somewhat of impact, but most importantly provided some rotation. And last but not the least is, of course, the manager, Hansi Flick, who tonight for me will be getting a 10 out of 10. You're probably thinking, Barca boy, 10 out of 10, we just won 2-1, blah, blah, blah. Like you mentioned, we didn't play champagne football. Every single decision Hansi Flick made in this game was correct. The starting lineup was correct. The way we approached the game was correct. The way we came out in the second half was correct. Not making any subs at halftime was correct. All 5 substitutions used were correct. Bringing on Casado in the last 7 minutes was correct. Maybe if I'm really nitpicking, Eric Garcia left back didn't look too great. Starting Araujo was correct as well. He did everything pinpoint perfection. I think one of the main reasons why we won this game is his decision making and also his approach to the game as well. I thought Flick, this is why he's the elite manager. This is why he's one of the best managers in the world. This is why he's the Barcelona manager. Because you don't listen to me. Because if you listen to me, maybe the game would have gone differently. I think I did predict what Flick would go with. I didn't think he would go with. Did I say he was going to pick? I said he was going to pick Eric Garcia instead of Araujo. But everyone was calling for Araujo, especially with Nick Voltemade expected to start the game as well. We knew that Newcastle had some taller players on their side. He listened. He understood that. Of course, last season we wanted him to start against Inter, and he did it. And then he came on, had his bozo moment. So he's learning Flick, and that's what we love to see. And also super proactive off the bench as well. As soon as Nick Voltemade came in, what did he do? Take off Kubarsi, brought on Christensen. Whether Kubarsi was injured or not, maybe had a little bit of strain or a knock or a cramp, I don't know, but how we judge it, he did everything 100% correct tonight, and for that he'll be getting a perfect 10 out of 10 rating from me. So that was a match review for Newcastle United versus Barcelona in the Champions League group stage. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, of course, make sure you drop a like down below, and of course in the comments down below as well, let me know your thoughts on everything we did discuss. The main thing I want to firstly, of course, is your thoughts on the performance, your player ratings, and your manager rating as well. And of course, make sure you guys subscribe down below if you haven't already. Of course, I'll hold the all on this one. I know a lot of you guys hate when I'm a bit pessimistic, but that's just my thoughts coming into this game. We had a bit of a poor start, but credit to the team. I will definitely hold the L, and hopefully more L's for me to come in terms of my negative predictions, that of course the team go out there and prove me wrong. But I'll see you guys next time on the channel. Take care, and Forza Barca.